Hi there, Outdoor Wisconsin Facebook fans. I'm Dan Small. I'm here live at the North Point Light Station in Milwaukee County's Lake Park. And we've been here all morning shooting intros to some segments that are going to be on our first show of the new season. Our 34th season is going to air starting in January on Milwaukee PBS and a whole bunch of other stations around the upper Midwest. Those features include ice fishing with a bunch of kids on Black Hawk Lake, a look at aquatic invasive species in Washington and Waukesha counties, and get this Wild Women Outdoor Skills Workshop in Horicon Marsh. Don't miss it. It's a show you don't want to miss. Now I'm here today with a special guest. This is Mark Keene. He is the curator of the North Point Light Station. And Mark, why don't you put this place on the map for people who are watching? Where exactly are we?
Well, we're located in Lake Park, about 70 feet above the bluffs of Lake Michigan, right around Bradford Beach. We're on Wall Avenue, so we're right in the center of Lake Park.
Now, this light station was in use for a number of years.
What we're standing in front of right now was the originally built in 1888. The first lighthouse that was built out here was about 100 feet to the northeast. It was built in 1855, but it started to fall into the lake, so they moved in here in 1888. Then they enlarged it in 1912 because the tree line got too high. So what we're looking at is the only lighthouse in the country built out of 3 lighthouses: 1912, 1888, and 1855.
Imagine that's quite a story on how they actually built underneath that.
Well, they took it all apart. It's built like a big erector set. It's bolted cast iron, so they took it all apart, added a new section, and put it back together again.
I climbed the stairs a couple times today. How many stairs are there?
There's 84 stairs. That includes a 13-step ladder. You climbed it once today. Twice today.
Twice.
Okay. Our first keeper and longest-serving keeper was a woman by the name of Georgia Stebbins. She climbed those stairs 63,800 times in the whole time she lived here.
I thought I got pretty good. Now, this place is open to visitors.
Yes, it is.
What are the hours?
We're open year-round, Saturdays and Sundays from 1 till 4, and in the summertime we're open on Thursdays from noon till 2 o'clock.
Okay, and what can people expect to see?
Well, it's a museum inside. We have a lot of maritime artifacts. We also have a lot of history about the keepers that lived here and the history of maritime history of Lake Michigan.
Now, you're wearing a special outfit.
I'm wearing
here.
the standard issue of a lighthouse keeper from around the mid-1800s to about 1938. 1938 is when the Coast Guard took over from the U.S. Lighthouse Service. So this was the keeper's uniform of the U.S. Lighthouse Service.
Okay.
And they had to wear it every day.
When they were climbing the stairs?
When they were climbing the stairs and everything.
Shining the Fresnel lens?
Shining the lens, the brass, winding the clockwork mechanism up. Yeah, it was a tough job, a lot of work. You never got a nice full night's sleep.
I suppose.
You had to replenish that lamp every 4 hours from dusk till dawn every day.
And what did it burn?
Well, originally in this house it burned mineral oil, then it was converted to coal gas in 1912, and it was electrified in 1929. It was decommissioned in 1994 because GPS and LORAN, there was no need for lighthouses. Today's lighthouses are satellites, and we navigate using our phones.
And it's a good thing because fog and night don't...
Fog doesn't work well. This light doesn't work too well in the fog. That's why you had the fog valve or the fog lines out there on the breakaway.
Now, you mentioned the museum and the lighthouse keeper's quarters. I understand this building is where the lighthouse keeper actually lived, and now it's a museum.
Right.
Give us kind of a highlight tour of what you can see inside.
Well, we've got the last Fresnel lens that was in the tower. We have that in the gallery, along with the Fresnel lens that was from the original Pierhead light that's located down behind Summerfest. We're also in the running to get the lens from Algoma, which would be nice. We'll have 3 lenses in the house. We have a history of several of our keepers in there, which are some really great stories. And we also have an exhibit about one of the Coast Guard personnel that lived here, who happened to be my uncle. He lived here from 1957 to 1961. So we have an exhibit about him because his career involved rescuing the captain and crew of the Andrea Doria, which sank in 1956 off of Woods Hole, Massachusetts. So get a nice opportunity for people to see who lived here. And we are a Blue Star museum, so all active military personnel retired are free of charge.
I get the sense that you enjoy your job.
I love it here. Yeah, I mean the fact that I played here as a child. My cousins lived here, so when I was in kindergarten, I know this park like the back of my hand. So it was nice to come back as a curator.
And 100 years ago, would you have been wearing this uniform for real?
I would have been wearing this. Yep, I would have been a keeper. Right.
We can turn back the clock.
Turn back the clock. Yeah, I'd probably have to get back in pretty soon so I can start polishing and getting ready for this evening's at dusk when the light had to be illuminated.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I understand Kevin Walzak is going to join us too. Kevin, you're a volunteer here.
I'm actually on the board of
You're on
directors.
the board? Okay.
Yes.
And there's been a lot of restoration work.
There has. In the last year, we've engaged in a treatment train, a green infrastructure treatment train. You may notice that the lighthouse sits on a bluff, and on either side of the lighthouse are two ravines. And it was determined that a lot of runoff from storms ends up down at Bradford Beach. In fact, 10 years ago, Bradford Beach went through a rejuvenation where they planted a rain garden down there to capture a lot of these contaminants. So a year ago, we looked at our situation here and decided we could contribute to the environment in the park by initiating a green infrastructure project called the treatment train. So what that involved is putting in a porous paver driveway, and you can see the pavers over here, and they're designed to actually contain and filter water that comes down, on where it falls, instead of flowing off into the ravines. And then we also engaged in a project called Regenerative Stormwater Conveyance, which is in the South Ravine here, and that's a series of step pools and riffles, and all designed to capture stormwater as it falls and to filter that water down before it actually reaches Bradford Beach and the Lake Park.
So
Yeah,
contaminants
and the
are kept up here if there are any.
They all filter down into the ground. In fact, there are two rain gardens on the property.
Yep.
The original one is in the back of the property here. We put a new one in on the north side, and again, those rain gardens are designed to sort of filter and capture that stormwater and the contaminants that are in that water, filter it down before it reaches.
Now, I understand 2018 is the 100th anniversary of the first use of this lake. You got
2018 is
something?
actually the 130th.
I'm sorry, 130. Yeah.
Of this location, as Mark had pointed out earlier, the original lighthouse was built in 1855, about 100 yards from here. But in 1888, because that lighthouse was collapsing and crumbling, they moved this one here. So next year will be the 130th anniversary of the lighthouse at this location.
Okay, have you got something special planned?
We're talking about it.
Yeah.
We're at the lighthouse. It's very energetic. We're a working board. We're a volunteer board. Mark, in addition to being the curator, is also a director. And so we collaborate and work together on determining what we do for events and such at the
Yeah.
lighthouse.
Cool. Well, we'll have to come back here with our camera crew again during your 130th anniversary.
That would be terrific.
Time, and we'll do a segment here.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
It's really cool to be here today. We've had a lot of fun, and you put up with us all morning. You didn't see this, folks. We've been working hard all morning, and these gentlemen have been facilitating it for us, and we've had a great time. Thank you so much for.
We are
Show
celebrating
us
our
around.
10th anniversary this year of the museum being open
Oh,
in November. So
Okay.
stop by and see us and say hi and
Yeah,
get a good tour.
I think it's a great point that Mark's bringing up too, because originally in the early 2000s, the lighthouse was in danger of actually being torn down. And if it wasn't for the North Point Lighthouse Friends organization that came together in the late 1990s, early 2000s, to actually raise the money and work with government, the county here, to save the lighthouse, it wouldn't be here today. So all that effort led up to 2007 being the year that we actually opened up to the public. And so, as Mark said, this year we've been celebrating our 10-year anniversary of being open.
Great, and it's a really wonderful piece of history, and it's great that you're saving it.
Thanks for coming out. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Folks, you can enjoy live history right here at North Point Light Station.